Hey, good afternoon, everyone, or whatever time of day you're watching this. Hey, got a quick tutorial here on setting up horizon line in our first few lines for linear perspective using 1 point perspective is what we're doing today. So I have a few tools with me. Straight edge, got my piece of paper, got a nice sharp pencil, also have an eraser. I don't know why this is in black and white. I'm actually going to be doing this video in a marker instead of pencil, but doing this at home, you'd want to do it in pencil. Just doing this so the lines show up a little better. Confused as to why that's in black and white, but here we go anyhow. So, first thing we want to do on our paper, let's put that horizon line in. Hopefully we can keep this kind of parallel and perpendicular to the edges of the paper. It's not mission critical if you don't. We want a nice straight horizon line, we're going to set this one up in this example somewhere towards the middle of the page. So just get a nice crisp line drawn in there. You know what we have to do? First thing we want to do is select a point on this horizon line to be our vanishing point. It's called the vanishing point because that appears to be where all lines are converging together in the distance. So it looks like where things go to vanish on that horizon line. You might experience this if you go look on a very straight, long road. Eventually, far enough down the road, it looks like the lines connect. So next thing we'll do here is start with a vertical line that crosses the horizon line. I'm going to use about a 3-inch vertical line here. You want to keep this nice parallel and perpendicular to the ground. It's not going to be the end of the world if you don't, but especially starting out, it's really important that our lines are kind of straight and at right angles to each other. So this is going to set up kind of one edge of my box. What I'm going to do for this front side of it is just kind of continue using the ruler and draw some squares as I normally would, or just lines as I normally would kind of construct them. So I'm just using my ruler to make some nice straight lines, just basically drawing a box that's overlapping that horizon line. And this drawing is really setting up a system of perspective to give all the things the illusion of pictorial space, or that they're moving back in the distance. So there's my box. Now basically what we're going to do is draw this back inside edge of the box like it's moving back into space. So what I'm going to do here is connect some points to that vanishing point. Some what we may call diagonal lines. Technically they're actually called orthogonals because they're like diagonal moving away from us towards the distance. Versus like, if I hold my ruler up here on the small picture, that's a diagonal line. But the line that's moving diagonally away from us is what's known as an orthogonal line. So, yeah, we could say the word diagonal, but more correctly it would be orthogonal. Anyway, so that's going back. Now what I have to do is decide where to put this next vertical line that represents that back edge. What's a little difficult with my drawing here is because I'm doing it in a marker, I can't come in and erase out these edges that I don't need, which would be kind of these lines that I no longer need. So maybe I just need to find a darker pencil to do this better. But that kind of sets up this believable view of a box. What I'm going to do now, just so you can kind of see, the finished version is coming with a darker color and just kind of outline the lines that we would actually keep. Really, we wouldn't erase a horizon line any place where we would still see it, but anywhere it's overlapped, we'd actually replace that horizon line. I'm just kind of darkening these in for us here. I was going to do it with the ruler, but I think that takes more time than is necessary. Now, if I was really doing my drawing, I'd want all my straight lines to be straight, and then would use the ruler even when going over them. But you can see how hopefully that gives us this sense of this box moving back into space. If I was going to do this in pencil, I would come in and kind of erase out the things that the box is overlapping. Another important idea for setting up that sense of space is this idea of overlapping. So really, I should not be able to see these lighter lines behind this dark one. Overlapping is important to get that sense of space.